10:30 p.m, the disused Clerkenwell prison in London, and the Ghost Club of Great Britain is making a visit. Something starts to happen. One of the group, Lorna, thinks she can detect a ghostly being.
Probably our presence here has, made it go back a bit at the moment, so we need to give it some more time.
Seeing a ghost can be a scary experience, but there's often a rational explanation behind it. While the Ghost Club rely on psychic powers, scientist Vic Tandy wanted a more down-to-earth reason when he was paid a ghostly visit in his lab.
And this one evening I was working there and I was leaning over the desk writing, and I started to feel uncomfortable. There was as if there was some sort of presence in the room, and then over my left shoulder I started to notice a sort of form coming towards me. As I sort of turned around, I looked straight at where this thing should be, and it slowly disappeared.
Next morning he brought in a fencing blade, put it into a vice, and as he did this it started vibrating. By moving the blade around the room, Vic noticed that the vibrations changed from place to place, and he began to develop his own theory. It turned out that a large ventilation fan was creating low-frequency sound waves, which made the air in the room vibrate, creating a standing wave. In this demonstration, here's the source of the sound, which might be a fan. It's setting up sound waves which are travelling the length of the room, echoing at the far end and bouncing back. This point here has very small movements of air, but this point here has large movements of air, and there's a lot happening. Depending on the frequency, different parts of the body may start vibrating in sympathy with the sound.
But those sorts of frequencies actually can cause your eyes to vibrate, which could account for the apparition, the visual part of it. But then it also seems that it can cause hyperventilation. Combine the two and you have somebody who's feeling frightened with somebody who's seeing blurred objects apparently coming towards them, and then you're going to start to, I think, have people seeing these as ghosts.
12:20 a.m. and the Clerkenwell ghost fails to reappear. So the Ghost Club are calling it a night. Despite the best efforts of the ghost hunters and the scientists, the haunting mystery goes on. Another sort of ghostly matter is studied here at Balby, a working potash mine on the North Yorkshire moors. Deep underground, it's the site of an extraordinary scientific experiment to find the invisible particles of dark matter.
Dark matter is the stuff which makes up most of the universe. About 9/10 of the universe isn't stars and planets and galaxies, but is something else entirely that we can't see.
Although it's invisible, scientists know dark matter exists because of the effect it has on the things in the universe, which we can see. The gravity which these produce just isn't enough to explain how galaxies are held together. For 9 years, British scientists have been working alongside miners in Balby. Their theory is that dark matter is made up of particles, which have weight or mass, but are unlike any other we know, and they're called WIMPs. These WIMPs are all around us, and usually leave no trace. But they are one of the few particles that can penetrate deep underground. They are detected by a sodium iodide crystal, which gives off a flash of light when every dark matter particle hits it. The flash of light is picked up by a very sensitive detector. To prove that the theory is correct, they've created this computer simulation of the birth of the universe. It shows how areas of dark matter would clump together if it were made out of WIMP particles.
When the dark matter is finally discovered, there will be implications, certainly for our understanding of what makes the universe tick and its long-range future, because we do know that most of the universe is made of this stuff, and we just don't know what it is.
The team feel confident that the answer to the problem of the unseen dark matter lies here, in the bowels of the Earth, under the Yorkshire moors. If they do find the answer, it will be one of the most significant scientific discoveries this century.